Boom, boom, boom,
Boom!
boom, 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 boom. Hey, good afternoon. Happy Friday to you, Rudy.
Happy Friday, man. I am going to put this right now on Facebook Live and tell
Go
the
for it,
world we are doing something awesome.
man. We are. In fact, I found my hoodie this morning and it spoke to me, and I said, you know what? We
Trust the
talked for
process.
over a week about getting unstuck, and
Right.
and how do you stay unstuck? Well, you got to trust the process.
Absolutely. When I saw your text this afternoon, I was like, wow, that's incredible because actually, I mean, you've we've been able to diagnose or uncover or unravel everything about being unstuck, and now somebody is like, okay, now I'm
Right.
unstuck. Like you're like a new baby, this new courageous baby, and you don't want to just go out there to fight the lion. you know, the word is out there, and they're gonna wait for you. They're waiting for you to
Right.
to tear you up, to kill you, to do whatever. Now you really got to
Right.
plug yourself somewhere.
Right. That's a great analogy because you're right. You think about a baby, all they have is trust in you and in the process.
Right,
You know, at
right,
first, if they need to be changed, are they going to change themselves? No, you've got to. They got to trust in
exactly.
you.
They trust you on doing that.
Exactly right. So, trust in the process, I think, is really hard for a lot of people. You made a great point when we were chatting this morning that people say, yes, I'm going to do it. They get unstuck. They go a little bit. They get stuck
Right.
and they quit.
That's right. That's right. It's so easy for people to quit. It's easy for somebody to say, you know what, I'm doing this today. Whatever. You know what? It doesn't go as much as I want it to. But I'm really thinking about somebody who says, you know what, it's not going as much as I want it to because you
Right.
only get what you give,
Mm-hmm.
right? You
Right.
only get you only reap what you sow because there's no. I mean, there is a multiplication, and I know we've actually had this on one of our morning vitamin calls
Mm-hmm.
where you say, in as much as you plant, right, and
Right.
the universe manifests and everything it duplicates for you. But if you don't give out anything, there's no
Right.
possibility of you receiving anything in return.
Exactly. In fact, on the call last night, I think it was Mr. D. He was a Big D. He was on a roll. Mr. Donaldson was. He talked
Absolutely, absolutely.
about a farmer and how long it takes from the time that they cultivate the land and then
Right,
plant the seed. And
right.
he said things don't grow up until they grow down first.
Absolutely.
And I thought,
Absolutely.
wow, that is so true. The same is
Because they
true.
have to build the roots. It's the same. I mean, because look, I mean, when he said that, man, I was thinking about,
Mhm.
he said a farmer. That's an
Right.
example of a
Farmer.
farmer.
Uh-huh.
Exactly. He said a farmer, I mean, the way a farmer grows, like if we are doing a business,
Hmm.
you got to think like a farmer.
Right. That's right.
You are literally planting today in order for you to harvest tomorrow. That's the way it works. Like there's no two ways about it. And look, just take a look at a farmer, just like the example that you gave, right?
Right.
It's a farmer goes to the farm, take a grain of maize,
Mhm.
put a grain of corn in the in the soil or whatever, and
Right.
it generates,
Right.
or it germinates,
Right.
and it gotta develop its roots.
Right. Exactly. It has to grow down first before it grows up.
Right,
I mean, the same is true with the skyscraper. They
right.
don't start on ground level and build up. They have to
No,
build down to get that foundation set.
right,
And the same is true with that. And setting that foundation or getting that root to grow,
right.
that's trusting the process.
Absolutely.
That's how you
So
trust the process.
So look, just take for example, you just give a great example about a skyscraper.
Mhm.
There's a building close to my job, and I've been passing for the last 6 months, and I haven't. I mean, it's closed,
Mhm.
So everything is surrounded because they're building the foundation. So
Right.
look, just take a look at this building because what they're doing is like no one can actually see that.
Right.
It's closed. So every activity that you do, that you building, that you keep building down, it's like you feel dumb. It's like nobody's recognizing you. It's like nobody sees you. Nobody know what's going on. But
Right.
guess what? As soon as that foundation is already erected, as
Mhm.
soon as you start shooting up, the sky is going to be your limit.
Exactly. Exactly right. Yeah. Kelly just said something really powerful. She said, if you want it to grow, tend to the garden. So, the point
Right.
being, that as the root starts to come up through the ground and starts to grow, you've got to tend the garden. You've got to get the weeds out of the way. You've got to fertilize. You've got to cultivate. You've got to water it. You mean that is all part of what you got to do in life as well.
Absolutely. I mean, talking about trusting the process, man. Because look, just take a look example of a farmer. He goes to the farm, plants the grain, water the grain, you know, weeds the farm, do whatever activity that you got to do, fertilize the farm. And guess what? He does what he's supposed to do, and he just trusts the process. He trusts the process of the of the crop or the seed to germinate and develop into a fruit or develop into whatever that he's going to have. But that's what it is, because he can't go in there and say, no, I really want to figure out how the water actually works, how the fertilizer actually works. I just want to know what's going on. Now he does what he's supposed to do. So this actually applies to somebody who is actually doing a business.
Right, exactly. In fact, Big D last night also had a great comment that I think parallels trusting the process. And that is, it's okay to be a copycat if you copy the right cat.
The right cat. I love that.
and that's right. I mean, a farmer didn't just think this up, how to grow something. He was taught. He had a mentor, a coach. He's copying the right cat. So it's okay to be that copycat.
Right. I mean, I love it, because talking about a copycat. We are the way we are in this organization, and what we're building, not just for ourselves, for our teams. What we're building for our teams, and most time we think about teams. We think about teams to be a group of people who have the same understanding, the same mindset about something, the same goal. And we have access to all these people, and these are like, we're copying, seeing what's going on. Whatever works, you duplicate, right? Whatever works, you duplicate, and that's what it is, and that's what's been going on for all the team members that we have, and Big Diz out there, Mr. Ronell Sylvester, our top leader out there. So these are like people that we look up to, and everything that they do, they say, you know what? Let's apply this strategy. This strategy actually works, and let's see how we can move forward. But looking at it, I'm looking at it from a perspective of somebody who is doing a traditional business, who does every strategizing by themselves. How is that different from somebody building a team, doing business with a team like us?
Right. Exactly. And if you're somebody else that's building by yourself and you're strategizing by yourself, what process do you trust? Well, it goes back to one of the things we've talked about so often here, and that is you've got to work harder on yourself. You've got to embrace yourself and feed your mind with different types of leadership, different types of way to do your business. I know a number of people in our organization watch various YouTubes, and there does come a point when you get saturated with too many ways. So how do you trust the process? You trust the process by trusting yourself to say, I'm going to start here, but I'm open to course correcting if I need to course correct.
Absolutely. Talking about YouTube, man, I was just reading an article that said, there's so much information out there. It's bombarding our emails every day, YouTube notifications from our telephone, Facebook. We get a lot of information just coming at us, and sometimes it gets overwhelming and confusing. You really think about, what do I really want to focus on? Do I want to do YouTube marketing? Do I want to do Facebook marketing? Am I going face to face, to people? How do I even want to grow my business? Sometimes it's confusing. People are like, right now, there's going to be a lot of gimmicks out there. People are going to be sending you emails. Oh, I want to train you. I want to be a coach. I want to be a this. But if you leave your environment, if you leave your circle, because you're looking at what other training programs out there, we are in an organization where we are among the top earners of the company. Like this is the Michael Jordan. This is the Michael Jordan of MLM companies, and we are. I can't imagine somebody saying, you know what, I'm gonna get another form of training from somebody else, because sitting here, just at the mention of Haltenbach's name in your training circle, everybody's gonna be surprised why you're sitting there, because they're gonna be like, we're literally looking up to this guy for training, and you have him at your disposal. Why? Why are you coming here?
Right. In fact, Mr. said something last night about that. He said, if you're sitting at the table with Holton Bugs, you have earned the position at that table and you've got to keep earning your seat at that table.
Right. Right. Absolutely.
That was powerful. You know,
Absolutely.
a number of people say, all right, I rise to this level in the organization. I'm executive vice president, whatever. I'm happy. I'll stay here and I'll just sit back. That doesn't happen in this world we're in. And I don't think it happens in any other real world that you might be in.
Right. I mean, that that's the way it is, because looking at what we have, looking at who we have as a CEO, our own CEO of this company. This is a visionary. This guy has tremendous amount of experience and knowledge and wealth. This is a wealth of knowledge, and we are privileged. We're just plugged in. We just plugged in, and talking about trusting the process. That's the reason why we have the whole calendar.
Right. Exactly right. You yourself, you spent the money to fly down to DC to go to a training that Mr. Edwin Haynes had.
Right.
Because of who you are in your role as the organization, you were able to go to that training.
Absolutely.
The expenses you spent going down there and the time you were there, that is minute to what it would have cost if you tried to hire someone like that. And
Absolutely.
it can't begin to compare to the knowledge and the nuggets you got from it.
Absolutely. I mean, having somebody like I said, any leader, any top leader somewhere around the East Coast, I'm jumping on. I'm going there. If I can do it, I can do it. If I can do it, I'll do it. But that's the way it is, because you belong in an organization and you say, you know what, I'm not doing this business for somebody else. I'm doing this for me.
Right.
You're doing business for yourself, but not by yourself, because literally you're working with a team of people, and these are top people who are actually having, they have a lot of knowledge. And it's so easy for me to just, to drive there and get all the nuggets, get all the knowledge, and just keep adding more value to the lives of other people.
Well, exactly. And you hit it. You're doing this for you. Trusting the process begins with trusting yourself. If you don't trust yourself, you cannot trust the process, because you are the process.
I love that. Of course, you are the process, because sometimes people feel like, you know what, I'm doing this business. Oh, maybe somebody else is benefiting. Maybe somebody else. It's the same kind of conversation that our amazing Ruby and I, Ruby, Miss Elaine Smith, our friend here on the call, and we spoke yesterday, and she was like, she loved every nugget that we got, from the leadership call that we had last night. Yes. And also, she just want to transfer that energy to her team, and it's just part of the process, because she's out there, representing her team, and she's saying, you know what, I'm going to gather information from everywhere. If you can make it, don't worry about it. I'll get the information, and I'm going to share that information with you, because it's part of the process, and that's how we build the organization.
Exactly right. And Elaine is a great example of someone that's always hungry for knowledge and always looking for nuggets, but she doesn't keep them and hoard them. She shares them, because she knows the power in sharing to make that even more profound for her. Because it's like that boomerang. You toss it out and something greater comes back. When you share that knowledge, more knowledge comes back to you, because you're sharing the process then.
Absolutely. Talking about the knowledge, I'm thinking about something that I read this morning about paying it forward.
Yes.
It's like you're paying it forward. It's like you don't focus on yourself. And one of the things that I really love about this business, or one of the things I really love about our organization, is the fact that at the end of the day, you don't think about yourself. You become very, very selfless. You feel yourself being in an environment where you're actually looking at somebody else's success. Right. Because as long as you focus on people's success, guess what? It comes right back to you.
Absolutely, it does. Big D said again last night something too that I thought was pretty profound. He said, you may forget about the work you do, but the work will never forget about you.
Absolutely. I love that.
I did too. I thought, wow, and that's true. You may forget you've done something, but the fact you've done it, that is one more of those seeds that's been planted, and that will never forget you.
Absolutely. Because guess what? Whatever you do, you put your footprints on it.
Exactly.
Right? Exactly. Whatever you do, you put your footprints on it. And those footprints, they're going to remember you. It's just like somebody giving out a boomerang today, and the person say, you know what? well,
Mhm.
I didn't get any money. It's 10 days. I didn't get the money. It's 1 week. It's 2 weeks. I didn't get the money from the boomerang. What's this boomerang
Mhm.
thing all about? And all of a sudden,
Yeah,
in a month's time, they get $1,000 check in their mail, and they're gonna be like, "Oh wow, where's this $1,000 coming from?" It's
exactly.
what you did. It's what you did in the past. Like it's the same concept that we just said about
Mhm.
the seed going down to the roots, then actually going up. Because guess what? When you are doing those everything that you're doing in the on the ground,
Mhm.
nobody sees them,
That's right. That's
and
exactly
you
right. I mean,
sometimes you don't even know what you're doing.
that's true. I mean, when you think about starting something new, whether it's a business or a project, whatever it is, you're probably not going to see much progress initially.
Right,
It's not until you start to really see it, and then the momentum starts to build. It's like that curve where you start here, and it goes down, and then it comes
right,
up, and it skyrockets.
right,
That's the same thing we're talking about here with the process. You got to trust it to go down here to the bottom,
right.
and then trust it to come back up, and then it'll skyrocket out.
Absolutely. I mean, talking about the trust, because you really want to look where the trust. I mean, where you really want to put your trust. It's not only when it goes up.
Right.
You really want to put your trust when it goes down, because when it goes down is the most frustrating, because people feel like, what, this doesn't work. And sometimes it may go down for some extended period of time. And you're gonna be like, well, I didn't make any money. I haven't made any money in the last 2 weeks, in the last month, the last 2 months, the next 2 months.
Mhm.
But at the end of the day, just trust the process and keep doing whatever you're doing,
That's right.
because
And
that's what it
for some
is.
reason, you find out that you made the wrong decision, and you could have made more money had you done this instead. Well, guess what? You just learned that you're not going to make that mistake again, and so
Right,
you just trust that process there.
right, right. I love it, man. I know Mr. Ronald Sylvester gave another nugget last night where he said, when you have, your time, this is not a monthly business, it's a weekly business. It's more like a daily business, because if you have your goals for the day or for a month or for a week, you have your calendar for the week, and you say, you know what, I want to have so and so volume every week. And if you
Right.
didn't make it, it's okay, but you really want to make sure you get it done. And if you didn't make, if you say, for example, you want 1,000 volume in 1 week, and you couldn't make it,
Mhm.
the next week you're holding yourself accountable, and you're saying, no, I'm gonna get 2,000, 1,000 for the makeup of the previous week, and 1,000 for this week.
Right. Absolutely. I mean, when he was talking about that last night, we set goals. Sometimes we set monthly goals or quarterly goals. We really ought to look at it on a weekly and a daily basis. And I
Right,
thought about, if we're coming on winter. There's going to be times when maybe schools close, businesses close because of inclement weather.
right,
All right. So when that happens, what do you do the next day? You double up to catch up
right.
what you missed the previous day. The same
Absolutely.
thing with goal setting. You didn't make your goals this week. That's okay. Don't walk away from them. Take it to the next level. And then
Right.
you prove yourself in that next week. Hey, you know what? My goals should be higher because I know now I
Right. Absolutely, absolutely, man. I love what we do, man. I just love the fact that we keep adding value to the lives of other people. I know some of you out there might be watching us and thinking about it like, oh man, I love what these guys are talking about, and they're really cool. I really want to join them. I really want to see what they're doing. What's this thing that we keep talking about, man?
Man, this thing that we keep talking about is called ibüümerang, but more importantly, it's called being a part of a brotherhood, sisterhood. It's a lifestyle. It's a piece of technology that's going to absolutely blow your mind.
Right.
It's absolutely free. In our comments or whoever's sharing this video with you, type "tell me more," and we will
Right.
send you information about what this opportunity is. We're like Amazon when all Amazon did was sell books, but our stuff is free to give out. Second thing is, if you want to check out this technology and see how it applies to you, because we know we have two big things coming soon, Boom Mobile
Absolutely.
and Vibe Rideshare. If you want to
Right.
find out about that, just type me, M-E, and we'll send you a boomerang.
Absolutely, man. I love it, man. I love it. I love it. Well, guys, we're gonna wrap up. Thank you so much, Bart, for always hanging out here with me. We're getting this done.
Thank you, my brother. I can't wait to see you tomorrow. And you know what? November 2nd is getting closer and closer, and we'll be live from New York.
I know. Boom.
Boom, my friend.